Welcome back to the Runs podcast. We are 50% of the way through our 25% of the way through our marathon season, actually, because we've got another one each at the end of the year as well. But what's happening? You okay? Tired?
Back, tired, still celebrating.
What a trip. We'll get on to Boston, obviously, but that looks like the weekend of your life, like.
It's like, I was going to send to someone, if Carlsberg did weekends, like, then Carlsberg's shit, in it, but unbelievable.
What are you drinking? Modelo?
Modelo, innit? They want to sponsor us.
You had that, did you bring that home with you?
No, I didn't. I had some in the fridge. I was drinking it up there as well, although, madly, I had some in the fridge, so I'm having one.
Happy days. Happy days. We'll get on to Boston, obviously, because there's loads to unbox with your weekend out in Boston.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not the only race that was on this weekend as well, is it?
It is not.
There's a lot of racing going on.
Yes, loads. Two local marathons.
Yeah. Let's start in Newport, because there was a lot of people running in Newport. There's a lot of people running in Manchester too, but we had the 10K, we had the half, and the full down in Newport as well. And, like, spoiler alert, I've been an emotional wreck this week. It's been mad because we had everything that went on in Newport in Manchester. Obviously, Dan posted yesterday from the Racked account. Our asses were going like this about the vest just before, obviously, because they come back measured wrong, but that problem was solved. And then to see them all out in Newport, in Manchester, everywhere, everyone loving them, everyone running in them. Then you had the fucking banging weekend in Boston. Then I hit fucking fundraising goal. Then I'm at race in London this weekend. I felt, what's the word?
Yeah.
Very, like, appreciative is a wrong word. Like, I just love it, like you should have seen. We'll get on, like you said, we will get on to Boston. We keep going back to Boston. But our DMs were fucking wild when you were running Boston. Our last mile, oh my God. It was just popping it was going off all the time. My hands were sweating. I was trying to watch the dot. I was trying to reply to everyone. My brother was watching in parents' evening. Like, it was madness.
Yeah, I would. Before we do get on to it, I would just say big thanks to everyone that messaged me before, during, after, and messaging the pod. You know, it's much, like he said, much appreciated. It's mental.
It was wild. And it all fucking kicked off with Jake Tasker winning Newport Marathon. I can't believe he's lucky he won because he had the audacity to debut the Boston vest before you.
No, innit?
But
I'll allow it for a win.
I'll allow it for a win. But what a guy, like. And that was, like, surreal. Because it's good kit, like. It's really good kit.
Fucking unreal kit.
It's a fucking 221 vest, like.
Marathon vest, you know. Shit Saul's doing, like.
Absolutely mad. Jake Tasker, flying machine. One of the nicest boys I've ever come across in my life as well. And he posted as well, didn't he? He's had his ups and downs over the last 18 months. Yeah. So to see Tasker taking the tape in Newport and then going home to fucking cut the grass in it as well.
Yeah.
What a guy, like.
What's it called? Active recovery in the runs vest. It's not only a fast running vest, you can cut the grass in it, like. No, I was absolutely buzzing for Jake. Like, I've trained with him, haven't I, for Snowden and a little bit for this. And, like, he was a bit anxious about it, like, because he was feeling fit. Because, obviously, like I say, he's had a nightmare last 2 years. And he was a bit nervous about how he was going to race it. And I just said to him, like, I said to him, like, depending on the field, but I think you've got a chance to win it. And you should be, like, go there, line up, and go for it. And, yeah, it looks, I don't see he took my advice. He did what I thought he could do, and yeah, he was fucking unbelievable run. Obviously, we was out in Boston. I woke at like 5 o'clock. It was like it every day. I didn't get fucking jet lag, whatever you want to call it. Couldn't get my time zones right. And I was like, get back to sleep. You're racing in the morning. You're not going to sleep tomorrow. And I was like, half my brain was like, yeah, but just have a look at the tracker. No, get back to sleep. Yeah, but just have a look at the tracker. You will so many people. So I ended up giving in, got up and was tracking everyone in Manchester and Newport then for the last halves, which was class.
Oh, bloody hell. So good. Fair
Yeah.
play. It was cool as well because was it Welsh champs?
Yeah, I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah, because like him, Tom, and Alid, like top three
Yeah, we had
Welsh.
1, 2, and 3. Like,
1, 2,
boy,
and
can
3
we pick
guests,
guests?
like,
Like,
innit? Ah, we delivered, didn't we? Not the run, like they did the
yeah,
running. Well done to them all. But yeah, we know our guests and who to get on, who can do shit.
unreal.
Yeah, it was
Fucking
unreal.
right. Some other good times. Rod Long fucking took 10 minutes.
Oh,
Season
was
3
it?
vest took 10
Wow,
minutes off his half marathon PB.
I didn't realise it was that big a PB. Fair play, class.
Because he was got one thing. He's wanted to go sub 90 because I trained with him a bit, haven't I, over the last
Yeah,
couple of months. So, and he's been tagging on to some recovery runs. My hard runs, it is recovery runs, isn't it?
yeah,
And he wanted to go 130 was his plan. But then
yeah.
obviously he had such a good hit out in Sandom.
Back on, yeah,
He's like, I don't know if I look at 125 or still go for my 130 and then book another half and PB twice this year. I said,
yeah.
PB twice, innit? No guts, no glory. But he went out and
Right?
got it done straight away. Like
Yeah,
125, not bad.
124, wasn't it? 124 odd.
Yeah, 124 odd.
Yeah, class
Exactly.
Rod. Fair play. You know, another one. Grafts hard. Went back to Ironman last year. Didn't have the greatest of days. Got the job done there though, and then thought he'd have a switch up this year. Big family news in there with a new one on the way. So went back to a bit of running, and yeah,
Yeah.
he's been flying Rod. You know, a couple of times I've been to the track, he was in good nick. So I was landed to see him do it on the day as well. Because as we say, to do it on the day is the hardest part.
Yeah. He was funny in the week. He texted me on Monday, it must have been. He said, I've got a place in the big race on Sunday. I was like, what? How the fuck? You can't just come into a marathon now. Like, absolutely not. I was like, he's like, I have. And then he sent me a photo of a screenshot of a 10K race in Tembe. So he's having a dash around Tembe on Sunday as
Oh, is
well.
he nice
Good luck.
recovery, like.
Yeah. Fast
Go on,
and star shot, isn't it?
it
Fair
is a
play.
fast dash, fair play, and the vest.
Yeah. I mean, loads of other people are out there racing in our vests, not racing in our vests.
Socks everywhere.
But to be honest, socks everywhere. But I'm just too wrapped up in my own little life this week, to be honest, guys.
He saw.
Because I'm running London on the weekend.
Yeah, rightly so.
But see if I can get the tracker up now while we look at that. Manchester as well. Ups and downs in Manchester for people. Hot day it was on the weekend as well. Again, one thing I can do is fucking hot again on London as well. But
It's going to be hotter Sunday for you. It's looking like, and it's getting hotter as we go.
don't say stuff like that now.
But it is
It's not
like
fair.
it is like I don't want to fry you. It is what it is, mate. That just time adjusts,
I know.
run accordingly, drink often and little. Every water, grab some. This is my advice to everyone that's doing it. Every water bottle you can. Don't miss one because in London they're quite sparse as well. So grab the water bottle, little sips, tip her over the back of your neck. Any showers if you feel hot, just get under them. Don't worry about being chafed or anything. Obviously, get your body glides on beforehand. Last year it was
I
even
got
hotter
that.
and it didn't affect me. So just
Yeah,
run
already.
sensibly. Yeah, yes, that's the one. Good stuff. Yeah, don't worry. You know, you can't control it. Do nothing about it. Yeah. Oh, but he's sliding along the place now with all that on.
There'll be loads of free Vaseline. It's the official sponsor, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Anyway, back to Newport. I've got the results up. First up, RL 251.47. About time.
Yeah.
But he's worked really hard
there.
as well. Like, we've watched him working really hard over the winter as well.
He's had a cracking block and then to finally like take that big chunk off. Massive.
Yeah. I tell you who fucking went full send and fucked off. Niki Tudor, marathon debut,
Yeah.
3:27.10.
Love it. Love
Straight
it.
into the foil blanket, straight into the stretcher.
Stretcher.
Wouldn't have it anyway, like
No.
any other way.
I
What a
messaged
debut.
him, he messaged me over the weekend and I was like, mate, there's no shame in that. I ended up in a medical tent on my first one, so fair play, full send, proper, I love it.
Yeah, get in the fucking hole in there.
Yep.
Manchester. Another sub 4 for Scott Gray.
Another one, he's ticking them off, and that's what, 3 in a row. Fair play.
Look, I know it's not easy, as I imagine. You've said before. I know I make fun of Scott all the time, but it's hard to go fucking sub 3, isn't it?
Of course it is. Fuck me, took me 5-6 times. Very hard. And if something, it's a long fucking way. Like, you keep telling that marathon gets so underplayed. Like I've seen loads of people. Boston, like, it was mad. Like, everyone ran fast, and they were saying, "Why was it such a good day?" Weather was perfect. We had a slight tailwind because it's a route point to point, isn't it? You know, people are getting better. We'll always say about that. But yeah, it's fucking hard distance to crack. Like, it's 26 miles. Like, people, you know, don't be too
I
hard on
know.
yourselves. Like, you've trained and got to that moment to even get there to finish. Like, Ali Dews was devastated with 309 in Boston. He was real quiet in the night, but like we've all seen to him, you've got there, you've Boston qualified, you still run a 309. Yeah, it's not what you want, and I get it. I fucking totally get it. I was devastated when I went 305 in Newport. Be fucking gutted for a week or so. Then you just got to forget it, learn from it, fucking get better next time, innit? That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Just keep getting better.
But it is far, because I was watching. They sent London Marathon emailed out the like flyby of the route,
Oh yeah,
and it's got a little ball zipping around it
Yeah.
all on maps or whatever. It is far, like
It is
26
far.
miles.
But do you know what
Is
makes
far.
it even worse? When you get fucking bussed from the finish to the start. It feels fucking so far. And it takes like fucking an hour.
But yeah. But I love it. I've really enjoyed. Like, I have actually enjoyed this block, which is mad.
Yeah.
I was talking to as a girl, Liv Ben Curtin's missus, and she's doing London as well, right? And she was in Sandom,
It
and I was
was.
speaking to her yesterday, I think, or this morning, and she's like, "It's so far." But you know what, right? It is far. But if you can run 20 miles in Sandom without any course, without any much support or whatever
Support.
on the sidelines,
But yeah.
26.2 fucking ram jammed 8 deep all the way around. It should be fine, like, shouldn't it?
8 deep all round, but as well, runners around you all the way. Like, it's gonna feel like everyone's helping everyone, everyone's supporting everyone. Like, you'll be amazed. Like, water, if you don't get to water, someone will offer you a water. You know, things like that. Just little things help in these bigger races, which is what does make them good as well. But yeah, that support. Don't get me wrong, there's gonna be dark moments for a lot of people, and you just got to dig through it and just keep one foot in front of the other, and get there. But yeah, that's going to be a massive
I
difference.
am
Like,
so excited.
oh, and I'm buzzing now. Like, I can't fucking wait. Like, and it's so, like I spoke about last week, there's so many people we know doing it. I'm going to be fucking off my tits running around trying to keep track of you all and see you all and high five you all and scream you all with the megaphone. So yeah, if you let us know who's running as well, because I've got shitloads in there. I might have missed people.
Yeah, I'll put something up.
Yeah.
I done a poll the other day, didn't I? I'll send you the results of that.
Yeah. Missed some people.
But yeah, like, Vinny's up there today, and Vinny's texted me, and he's like, "It's so good up here." He sent me. It's funny. It's like, what's the chance of this? How many people are running London Marathon?
55, is it? 1,000?
And you know, on the name board,
Yeah.
me and Matthew Blackmore in bunk beds is my name, and his name is right above mine.
No way.
I know it's Blackwell and Blackmore, but
Yeah.
there's lots in
To
it.
be-
What's the chances of
Yeah.
that? That's cool, isn't it?
That's pretty cool, yeah. To be right above each other. Nice.
Speaking of Blackie, Scott Elvin missed his sub 3 as well, but that's the game, innit, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I know he had a niggle, didn't he, a couple of weeks
He did.
before?
He had an unbelievable block, and then a month before he got some niggles, and he had a few weeks off. So Scott's still a great run, but you know, that's all I can say to you. Keep chipping away, keep trying, keep stacking them like that block, because he'll come. I told loads of people, fucking, that's all I can say, innit? Like,
What you're gonna do, like, you got all you can do is put a number up, like, and take a swing, like, and fair play to you for putting a number up and taking a swing at it. And if you get it, you're gonna just put up. That's not it, like, is it? Because then 245 is gonna come up, 255,
Exactly,
whatever, like.
Sam said, no, the goalpost will keep moving.
Yeah, so you're always gonna be swinging, but at least you're fucking in, like.
Yeah, definitely keep putting yourself on our line.
Yeah. Before we talk about Boston, a massive thank you to everyone, obviously, that's helped me hit this fundraising target, because it was no joke. £2,800 is a lot. Ben Keogh texted me in a week. He said, "How have we hit our target without doing one fundraiser?" I was like, I don't fucking know. Like, it's
That is
mad.
mad.
Like,
It is.
he's like, "Oh, I was looking forward to smoking in a bleep test, and maybe we will do a bleep test over the summer now when the sun's out and we can do it outside somewhere,
Yeah.
just to relaunch
social day.
training and everything, have a bit of fun." I couldn't really be messing around with a bleep test in the middle of the block,
No, not me.
tearing my hamstring. Like, do you know what I mean?
Definitely not.
But once these blocks are out the way, we've got a couple of weeks, months to not mess about, but before we have to get back into another block, like, haven't we? So,
True.
thank you ever so much to everyone who helped us fundraise, and not only helped us fundraise, sent us more money in the middle of it for vests, for socks, for jumpers, for t-shirts. You're all psychopaths. You are mental, but we fucking love it.
We do. It's like, again, I fucking thank you to everyone. It's so appreciated. Like you say, seeing people on the weekend with their fucking merch on, racing, or before, after events with jumpers, t-shirts, just fucking bonkers, man. And I can't wait to do all running Sunday. The people that support us, and we've got to know, and like I put in my post, the people I've got to know through running itself and this fucking podcast. It's just fucking amazing. I love it.
It is wild. Long may it continue. Shall we take a quick break and then we'll catch up on Boston?
Yeah, I need another beer.
We'll be right back. We told you we were going to recap Boston after the break, and we have been joined by Boston running royalty, Laura Green. How's it going, Laura? You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. What is this, Thursday? So
yeah,
we're a few days out now. I'm finally going down the stairs normally, just about. So
yeah,
took me a few days.
I was okay Tuesday walking around Boston. I felt okay, but then the flight home and the bus travel home has killed me again. But I was back in work today, and I've loosened the legs, and it feels not too bad. I wouldn't say great, but not too bad.
Right. Yeah. I'm not walking like I got to stick up my ass. Can I curse on this?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. I encourage it.
Yeah, I figured. I don't know. I've seen a bunch of your clips from your podcast over the years, but I haven't done an extensive amount of listening. And I was like, man, I hope these guys aren't like extreme right conservative dudes.
No, we literally like, this is like the spin we have, I think, because I don't want to know how you achieved a 2:42. I just want to know why you like running, and go from there, really, innit?
Yeah, yeah.
How was Boston for you two guys?
Niki, you start.
Oh, yeah, I had, like a lot of our listeners will know, because obviously a lot of people have messaged me and supported. Like, I just had a great day. Like, even I woke up in the morning, weather was perfect. It was just like, this is your time, like, just go and send it. And yeah, like, everything went well. The only thing I would say was it took us a bit long to get from the common. The bus queue seemed, I've done it a few years ago. This time, I don't know why. It's still no issue. You're either waiting at Boston Common or you're waiting at the high school. So it's either or, isn't it? Yeah, that seemed a bit rushed. Like, we was in the queue for so long, even though we was there real early for the first bus load in. Apart from that, pretty much perfect. Apart from maybe the last 2K, the little kick at Fenway, that sort of finished me off. And then it was a bit of a tough last 2K. But yeah, I was as close as I wanted to be to my thing. And that's 24 seconds is not going to piss me off too much. Yeah, I had a good day. Seen loads of people, seen yourself in the first K. Seen Emma Bates on the hill cheering, just insane. Like, seen so many people before, after. Yeah, what a weekend. I just love the place.
So a 2:42 marathoner, what is that experience? So like the fastest I've ever run Boston, I think, was 3:16. But I still kind of remember my quads feeling blown up a little bit. Come down like on Brookline, like say miles 22 to 25. Like, do you still feel that, or are you cruising?
Like, off heartbreak, I felt unreal. I thought, oh my God, I'm killing this. I'm going to be like 2:40, 1:30 or something. I think I was still on for then. And then that first mile off, I was like 6 minute mile in past the college. I was like, oh, I got this. This is gravy. Like, come on. And then, yeah, when it started to flatten out a bit at Brookline, it was like, oh, hang on, no, you haven't. So, yeah, it was hurting that last few miles. Like, yeah, the last 5K, I'd say, is where it probably slipped away from you. It was hurting, yeah.
That's awesome. Congratulations. 242 is flying.
Much appreciated.
I think,
yeah.
Like, watching it from my side, you know, like I said just now when you came on and I joked, oh my God, you should reply to our DM. But that is literally what it's like running a podcast from Wales, right? And it was so good for Niki to see, like, bump into Aubrey, who we've had on, Rory, who Niki adores, and he came on the podcast and he got to go to his shakeout.
Cool.
Obviously,
He's a good guy.
Herm, bumped into Herm, we had Herm on as well. It just why is Boston Weekend so good? It looks amazing, like.
Boston Weekend, I mean, okay. I live here, so I think that it's a little overrated. I'm like I'm from the other side of things where I'm like,
yeah,
it's good, but I still prefer New York, or but I think what makes Boston really accessible in terms of the events is everything is so close. Like the way that the brands pack it in to, honestly, a 5-block radius. I mean, you can hit up boom, 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 boom. It's all around the finish line and the expo. And so there's just so much going on, but it doesn't take a ton of energy or effort to get to a lot of the things, which is nice because New York is obviously a much, much bigger city, more people. And so the events of the weekend tend to be spread out.
Yeah.
So you're hopping on and off the subway and you're going to Brooklyn or whatever. This is like, I mean, you walk 2 blocks and then you're like, okay, I'm at my next event, and then the next event, and then the shakeout, and then okay, go get my bib, and then you're done by noon. There's and like you said, you saw Herm. I probably saw Herm every half a block. I was like, there you are again. When
I spoke to him, he was a busy man. He said he was a tired man.
Oh yes, he was everywhere this weekend.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, and so I think that you see a lot more people. It's like a concentrated event. I mean, the only people that really tackle Newberry Street on the Saturday before the marathon are runners. So you're going to see other runners. The non-runners are avoiding, Boylston Street and everything around it. So you run into all of these people that you either follow online or virtually. And so that part is very, very fun. As long as, I don't know. But I'm like, the weather's always like, meh. I mean, last year actually was a nice warm weekend for the spectators. But the racing weather this year was, I've never experienced anything so perfect, and I don't think it will be again for a very long time. Like that was a diamond in the rough for sure.
It was a one-off tailwind as well. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Oh, that tailwind was incredible. I felt like I was like being lifted from behind by the angels. I was like, bring me up to heaven because this is so necessary. If that were a headwind, I would have been done. I would have been so done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking at your splits law, obviously, to do a little tiny bit of research.
Okay.
And you were true to your word. You did show up and blow up.
Yeah.
We call it full send or fuck off, but it's the same, isn't
full
it?
send and fuck off?
Yeah.
Or.
Oh, I
Full
love
send
that.
or.
Okay. Okay, got it.
But it's the same concept. But you were ready for that, I guess. You knew that was going to happen, right?
Oh, definitely. I have not run since November. So, yeah. So I got injured end of November, and I was like, I have plenty of time until Boston. I'll figure this out. And it just never worked itself out. There was a lot. I mean, I saw every single clinician in the city of Boston. We all kind of were a little stumped in the end. And it did get better. It got to the point where I had minimal pain, but it was still there. So I spent most of the winter on the bike. And while that can translate well enough, it's not good enough to like actually race. So I went into it being like, I did a 9-mile run. That's like honestly the total amount of running I've done in 2026, a 9-mile run, and mile 6 through 9 were really hard. And I was like, oh God.
Brilliant.
So I was like, I went into it and I was like, okay, it's very stupid. I'm a physio, right? So I know, especially don't push this. You'll end up with a stress fracture or something. And so I had every intention of stepping off at mile 15 where my family was. But then you get into the race, and the way that course is, you go way too fast in the beginning. It's a very steep downhill. So even if I was trying so hard to hold back, but then that also can blow up your quads because you're doing that braking thing with your heel. Yeah. And so that's probably when you passed me. I was like stomping away, but everyone else was doing like 530s.
Yeah, I had to go up on the grass verge. It was chaos to start. This always is.
Oh,
narrow.
yes.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh. Yes. And so I did my best to hold back the first half. And I went through, I think, in like a 143, which actually I think was about right. I feel like I was trying to stay under or be around 145. But yeah, miles 14 and 15, I was like, ooh, I'm done. Like, I really am done here. But my hamstring didn't hurt. And that was the original injury. So I was like, well, I guess if the hamstring doesn't hurt, it's just the quads that hurt. I think I should keep going. And so I stopped and like talked to my husband and my kids. And I was like, he's like, okay, cool. So you're done. And I'm like, I don't think I can stop.
I'm in it.
He's like, of course. Yeah. So I like chatted, had something to drink. And I was like, okay, so from here on out, this is when it gets good, right? You get to the firehouse, you start climbing hills. I was actually looking forward to the hills because at that point, the downhills were just hurting. And I was like, I'm going to walk around. I've never walked in a race in my whole life, but time to experience it from a different angle and join the walk runners and like truly enjoy the day. Because also, I think a lot gets lost when you're racing for a time. It's really hard to be present in a race when you're looking at your watch and you're trying to like head down, dig deep, you can't really, like, I'm surprised you even noticed Emma Bates because when I'm racing, it's like blackout city.
Yeah.
I got tunnel vision on.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe let's do this a different way. Let's experience Boston from the perspective of just like truly enjoying the process of being out there in the race. So I tried, but then the problem was I was in so much pain. To run that race out of shape is brutal.
It's such a tough course, isn't it? It's such a tough course.
So
throughout
tough.
it tests too, like everywhere it tests too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was like stopping at porta potties just to sit.
Don't need
even have to go to the bathroom.
Hide in.
Just passing toilet rollout.
Yeah, I was telling my friend Erica, I was like, people were so supportive out there, and they like if they recognized me, they'd be like, "Go, Laura," and I would like wave, and if I was particularly tired, I would wave and then like walk over to them and be like, "So how's your day going?"
Oh, nice.
I just wanted any excuse to stop
for a minute.
Oh my god. Yeah, so there was a lot of stopping and starting, and when I was running, it didn't even feel like running. In my head, I was like, just keep putzing. Putz along, and my legs weren't even like lifting off the ground. I was like, putz. But the walking was just taking too long, and so I was working for the BAA, the Boston Athletic Association, so I had to co-host the after party.
Yeah.
I had to be there at 3:30. So that means like showered, changed, eat, and I had to be there at 3:30. And so it crossed town. And so I had to, I couldn't be that, I couldn't blow up that bad. So I was like walking and doing the math in my head, and I was like, I can't walk this last 4 miles. That will just take too long. So I was like, putz. But I got done. Yeah. Definitely my slowest race, but I'm still really proud of it. Like to have zero running on my legs and then to just like do a pretty good first 16 miles. It's good. Yeah. And then the last 10 were just a shit show.
Hell yeah. Got it
But
done.
you weren't meant to do them. You were meant to walk
I wasn't
off.
meant to do them. I was totally not meant to be out there. Yeah. But it is the competitive spirit in me. It still hurts, like I look around and I'm like, okay, I see the tailwind, I see the weather, and I'm like, I look at all these people, and because my number was a low number, I started like way too high up in the race, and I was like, I moved back multiple waves because I was like, this is like way too fast of a wave for me to be in. But because of that, the whole race passed me by. Like, I'm telling every single, I don't think I passed a single person. The whole race passed me by. And I'm watching these people run by, and I'm like, God, everyone looks so smooth and fit and ready. You know, they've been training for months for this race, and I was super jealous because I was like, I would love to send it right now, you know, but it wasn't in the cards. It certainly wasn't in the cards. Yeah.
Exactly. Nick, what about yours? Because you had to go in and run 2:42. You knew that, but you also had to PB by 6 minutes. Did you feel? Obviously, we say full send and fuck off, whatever. Yeah. Did you feel 6 minutes faster on the start line?
Yeah, I had a really good block and tapered really well. Like, obviously, the first week of taper, I felt like absolute shit. Like, I can't even hold this for 10 minutes. And then it comes good, and you know, the last week then, do your last little session, and I felt really good in that, so I was confident. It was a big ask, yeah. I know the course because I'd run it before, but like I was saying to the boys, the couple of Ponty boys who were with us who were going for good times there first time, it's like the course will give it to you as well. Like, if you run it sensibly, you run those downhills not too quick, like a couple of seconds a mile, yeah, you're good. Don't be going 10, 15 seconds just because it's downhill quicker. And just be strong in those hills. You know, you can run fast, and that's what I had in my head. And yeah, like I say, my plan was to go through half 120. I think I was 10 seconds under, so like pretty much where I thought I'd be. And yeah, I felt really good lining up. And then when I seen the weather, it was just like, come on, if it's not today, like, when is it going to be? You know, that tailwind, perfect temperature. Like, it got, I was just saying, it got a little warm at parts. I was having to tip a couple of cups of water over the head. I think that's because the direct sunlight was on us for a lot of parts, because you're out in the open. Excuse me, it's not really covered. But yeah, you know, you still got to go and run it, haven't you? And I dug in as deep as I could for as long as I could. And yeah, I'm over the moon. I still am. Like, it'll be a long time beating that. And like, you know, and from my last experience in Boston, I just loved the whole weekend. Like you said, Laura, like, I think it's that vibe and the small, it feels so small compared to a London or New York. Whereas, like you say, you're just bumping into people constantly, and you're hearing people's stories about how they got there and how hard they've tried to qualify, and like the history of the course, isn't it? You know, the 130th, you know, it's 130th year of the course. Like, it's mental. Like, so yeah, I was confident, and you know, don't get me wrong, there was moments where I thought, is this slipping away? I think it was about mile 14, 15. I thought, this feels a bit quick, but I was like, no, come on, you're almost at the hills. You know, you can back off a little there. And yeah, I think my pacing was pretty much spot on, and I had a good day. Like, what can I say?
You don't need to say anything else. Perfect. Sums it up.
Yeah, no, you know, I'd go back every year if I could. I love it.
But would you though? Because Laura's just said if you're in Boston every year, it loses a bit.
Maybe, yeah. Okay, maybe
but I live here.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it's the same with, like, I've done London 5 times, and I like London. It's really good, but it's London now, I think, has got too crowded. They keep up in the numbers, which is great. There's a lot of people running, but like, I did it last year, and I ran with a friend and paced him 2:55. And even at that pace, it was just a shit show. It's like you could not move. The roads were rammed. So like, Gareth's running this Sunday. Gareth, he won't mind me saying, he's a lot of a slower runner. And like, he's going to be starting a lot later. And it's going to be chocker. Like, so, you know, it's like, I think they've oversold it now, which is a shame. But yeah, I don't know.
How many do they have? About 50,000? Is it like New York?
Last year they upped it to try and beat New York last year. I know New York's gone above them again, haven't it? With 60 or 60, something around there. So I think it's 55 again this year they've gone with.
The last marathon I ran was Paris a few years ago. And also a very big race that I didn't realize. They're usually around 55,000 too. Yeah. And the race, I think I ran like in the 320-ish. And of course that pace is always pretty crowded, right? Between like 3 hours and 3:30, there's always a ton of people. And for the most part, we could kind of navigate around. But then the last 10K, it's almost like the place you were in was the place you were going to get. There was nowhere to move. And I was like, okay, well, I had something left to give to try and like go closer to 3:15, but I was like, I guess not. I guess this is where I'm going to just be, which is unfortunate, you know? It's I understand the draw to get higher numbers, but it does affect the quality for the racers. For sure.
100%. Yeah, that I've said it, like from last year with London, like it seems now they're taking a bit, they like, oh, let's get more in, let's get a record, let's get a bit more money, which I understand, they got to make money and they give back to British athletics and so what, but then you're diminishing it for the actual people running or racing, so it's a fine line, isn't it? It's a tough one. And Paris this year, they didn't have water today, you had to like carry your own, and so that was a mad move, I think.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I thought Boston was brilliant with the paper cups. They're really plenty, you know, they got every couple of miles you get in water, so they do it well. Like all the American races do, Chicago, New York as well, mind. The water and the Gatorades are pretty regular, like, so. Yeah, Paris, I think I know a lot
and then
of people
they
we've
take the
spoke
cups.
to struggled.
Yeah, they take the cups and they recycle them and they send them off to the next race, which I don't know how efficient that is, but it's an attempt.
Yeah,
when I ran Paris, it was this was 3 years ago. They didn't have water cups. They had these Poland Spring bottles or whatever their water is that were this big. And so you would get this bottle of water and then like unscrew it and you would take just a swig and then toss it in the trash. And I was like, wow, this is so wasteful. This is so much. So I was happy to see they tried something new this year. And from a lot of the reviews, they actually, I don't know, the people I know who ran it said it wasn't that big of a deal. It just maybe set them back like 15 seconds. And so I was like, it's actually not that bad.
I know Mike Coe did a video to Niki Fuzi and he said it cost him like 10 seconds of time to stop. I know a couple of the quicker runners, you know, you're talking your sub-3 guys, they were like, it was impossible. But it's a fine line. But interesting move. But I can see why you're right.
I'm not mad about it.
No.
Because I won my water. Like, I'd made my marathon debut last year, and very similar block to you've just had, but I wasn't injured. I just didn't bother.
Yeah, he just did nothing.
And I ran Manchester.
He kept saying, oh, it's 2 months. It's 2 months. It's fine.
Okay, before you go with your story, though, was there part of you on the course that felt ever so slightly smug about the fact that I was like, and people are gonna hate me saying this, but I was towards the end. There's a few walkers, right, and then we stay on the right side and we stay out of everyone's way. But like even these men that look like they're probably in shape for a 2:45 or like a 3-hour marathon, very fit, they blew up. They just blew up. They had a bad day and they're walking it in, and I felt ever so slightly smug that I was like. I was like, you trained for like 9 months and I'm going the same potsy pace as you because you just blew up. But me, I'm working hard.
Yeah. But I thought, and then we were like, obviously, and I thought, the more weeks I put it off, the funnier it is on the podcast anyway, isn't it? It's good.
All for the story, you know? Yeah.
6 hours and 11 minutes later, I found out. It was the same day as London last year. Remember the temperature in London last year? It was 25 degrees.
Oh, gosh.
Oof. That was like a big mistake. So I've done a proper block now for London this year. But that's what I was saying. I'm still looking to run in a 4:30, something that starts with a 4, hopefully, right? So I need a bottle of water every 3 miles. A cup's not going to cut it for me. I need a bottle of water every 3 miles. But it is hard, like I said, to get the balance and stuff like that. Previously, like in a couple of weeks ago, I said that sustainability shouldn't fall completely onto the end user as well. But what are we going to do, innit?
What do you run with? Do you have can you wear at London? Can you wear something? You can't wear anything in Boston,
London,
which is part of the problem.
Yeah, because Gareth wouldn't know at Boston you're not allowed to have a hydration vest. So
there's London, not allowed. You can have London, a handheld, though.
Handheld, yeah.
No, I can't do that for the photos.
He's got to get the vest in. The vest's got to look cool. Gareth's all about fashion over function.
Yeah. Oh, you might remember Nicky's vest. No, do you remember this basket?
Doubt
We
it.
had a special one made for him.
Oh, I
So I
missed
had the
this
Boston
whole
colours.
thing.
I had a Boston theme, yeah. Unicorn.
Oh,
Boston strong throughout there, and obviously the area code.
amazing. Very cool.
But you both had really good weekends in Boston, and that, like, when you
Yeah.
strip it all right back,
Yeah.
that's what it's all about. You know,
100%.
you went out and enjoyed after running only 9 miles throughout the year. Niki went out,
Total.
but you still had the same experience. Like, not the same experience,
Yeah.
but you still had the experience you wanted. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it was an awesome weekend.
Yeah, and that's the thing sometimes, like you said, Laura, people forget, like, it's a sport, it's a hobby. Fucking enjoy it as well, like, smile. Like, the Scream Tunnel, I was over there high-fiving everyone, like Clayton Young.
Me
I was
too.
like, you're like,
Yeah.
I said to Geth, the boy I was running with, I said, get to the right, this is insane, like, you're going to love this. You've got to do these things, haven't you? It's like, don't just be stuck in your watch and head down. Like I say, people do get bogged down. Don't get me wrong, I was in the moment and still had time to, like, enjoy it. Like, you can do both.
Yeah. And you just don't ever know when you're going to be back. You
Exactly.
know? I used to do Boston every year, and then I took like a 7-year hiatus, and
Great.
I was like, I don't know if I'll ever.
Yeah.
I don't know when I'll be back.
You know what you said about Boston then as well? It makes sense because I was looking earlier because I think Aubrey posted where he's going to be in London over the weekend. And I put it into maps from my hotel and from the Excel. And I was like, can't get there. I can't get over there as well. Also, one of the boys is up in the expo today and he was sending me photos of the merch. Boston do the best merch, yes or no?
Well, it's the jacket.
Ooh.
Isn't it? It's just,
Yeah, I guess the
you go
jacket's
for so
iconic.
long, isn't it? Yeah, it's iconic. Isn't it?
That's a good question. You know what's
Blue and yellow
interesting?
colorway as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do like that.
they've played around with that. I mean,
Yeah.
the blue and yellow is the like always the shirt and stuff, but the jacket they've gone rogue and done some weird colors. What's interesting is Boston, I think, might be the only major where the title sponsor took over the expo. So Adidas has essentially been like, hey, no one else is allowed in
No one
here.
else, yeah.
And so no other brands are allowed in the expo. And then they're not obviously allowed to make Boston Marathon merch. But I remember like a decade ago, New Balance had like a Boston shoe. Like they all kind of do their own spin on things, but I think also the legality behind it has shifted. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, the only merch I ended up with was a good amount of Adidas because I worked with the BAA. So I loved it. It was like baseball themed. I enjoyed it a lot. And then Bandit is like my favorite. So their stuff fits me so well.
The Bandit
Stuff, yeah,
white and
cool.
green stuff with the NBA logo spin.
Right.
Was so good, so like simple, but so good. And I was so excited to see what they bring into London. And they've gone down like the soccer path. And I'm like, I'm just going to go to see if they've got any of the Boston stuff left over because I don't want any of the London stuff. But the Boston stuff was bang on. Brilliant.
Yeah, I loved it. And their stuff just fits me so well, so I enjoy it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not the hip merch person. I never quite know, so I can't answer that. Like, I feel like Tokyo has an opportunity to like really crush the merch, but
yeah, kimonos and stuff. Imagine that.
Like they could
imagine a marathon kimono.
Yeah, they could go real good. What
That's
does London do?
New Balance.
London is New Balance.
It's New Balance, and they've sort of got on the jacket vibe off the Boston. They like saying, "Oh, this is this year's jacket." They've tried to jump on that sort of bandwagon the last few years.
Yeah.
They do
really got a colourway London, haven't they?
London doesn't have a colourway, no, so it's just what they come out with for the year. They do like a race shoe, a New Balance sort of London shoe. They put a London, maybe the London Eye or Big Ben, something like that on a shoe for the week and try and sell that along. But yeah, not really. No, they don't have any colourway or anything.
You're better off in America, honestly.
Yeah, you are.
Maybe for that one thing.
Yeah, maybe we don't go down that route right now.
We don't go down that route. It was funny, like, you know, after, like, so we're talking to people in bars and it'd be like, we're gauging, like, do we say anything? Right, yeah, we're on the same wavelength because we don't know, do we, what people are thinking out there and what their political thoughts are. But yeah, tough times for you
I
guys.
know. Well, okay, that is one thing I absolutely love about the Boston Marathon weekend is, I mean, even hosting that after that post party and people coming up to say hi, nobody was from the United States. Everyone was from Europe and Asia. And I was like, this is also just so cool to know that people like have any idea who I am outside of the US is thrilling, you know? And
That's
but
crazy
that's
though,
like
because everyone does. I was going to say, what's it like being, because
now
content creators and influencers are two different breeds, and you're really, really good at what you do. I was surprised when you said you're still a physio as well, really, because when we see it, we just like, she's ripping it in off content, like, you know?
Well,
So
I haven't been practicing in a couple of years. So yeah, I've been doing this full
so you
time.
are. She is ripping it in.
I am.
Yes.
But your content's good as well, and that's why brands come back. Like, I was looking last night, and your Wahoo kicker, Wahoo treadmill, the Nathan vest. That's why people come and work with you, because your content, you've got thought into it, and you're just not filming yourself running and putting. Well, you haven't been running, but you're not just filming yourself running and putting an overlay over it. Your content is good, and that's why the brands want. That's why you're working for BAA this weekend, right?
Yeah,
What's
thank
it
you.
like?
Thank you for saying that. I liked.
No,
I mean,
like
I put far
a
more
content
effort
snob.
into my ads than I do about like the what I call filler content. You know, like those ads. I like to think I'm writing a commercial for the Super Bowl. You know, and I'm like, how do I keep people's attention, but also not fall into just doing trends all the time, because I like to think that I can write a more original script. And so I just, as a challenge to myself. So thank you for saying that. The algorithm definitely fucks with your head. And so sometimes you're like, wow, I thought that was good and it didn't go anywhere, but
doesn't go anywhere. Yeah.
Whatever. Computers control my life. So I don't know. But I enjoy the job. I do. And I have fallen in to a really wonderful position to where I could be a little pickier with like who I work with, and so it's really like brands that I stand behind fully, whether I use their product consistently or like just like really believe in the mission behind the product. So
yeah, that's similar to what Rory said when he was on. He said, look, I've got to take an ad read now and again, but I'll take the ones that I want to take as well. And but you've worked hard together, because there wouldn't have been a point where you're just coming up and you just do, I'll do the dental floss advert, wherever, because no one else is asking me to do the adverts. But now the proof's in the pudding. You've got better and you've kept working. Yeah. And I think there's a lot of content creators there that don't evolve. They get lucky once, get loads of followers, and then it's the same shit over and over again. But I always get dragged down this rant about content creators, and I hate it. But
he does.
You're one of the good ones. So happy days.
Well, that really does mean a lot. I appreciate that, because it's also I appreciate what everyone's doing out there. There are people with many more followers than me, and their whole thing is like TikTok dances before they go running, and respect to them. Like, how did they figure that out? That's like what people want to see. And I'm like, you just crushed me. You started like a year after me, and now you have 1 million followers. Dope. But at first I thought this was going to be just kind of like a really short-term job, and then I'd go back to being a physio like 6 months later. But I was like, you know what? Now I'm at the point where I want to see how I can evolve it. And so, yes, I will still be making content, but this whole weekend was pretty much, I was just on a microphone, which was very fun. I didn't have to like, usually I'm running around and I have like a videographer and we're trying to grab content. But this year I had none of that. I didn't owe anyone deliverables. I was just like, I announced at the finish with Carrie Tollefson for the 5K. So fun, you know. I created a game show with ASICS, and so we've been doing that at all the. I want to bring it to London really bad, maybe next year. But we've been doing that, and it's so much fun. It's just like an hour and a half of comedy, and so I want to like be bringing more to that way of like whether I just more in person stuff and. Yeah,
it's not going anywhere. And like I said, the ones that evolve with them are going to be the ones that are going to be around forever.
Yeah, I think so too. And figure it out. I don't know. Because
of
social
course.
media is evolving constantly.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Constantly
Yeah.
changing. Like say, these trends keep coming and people keep copying it, but you've got to be diverse and change, you know, and keep moving.
Because people would struggle to copy your content because I feel like I'm blowing smoke up your ass, but it's so like
a little
like,
bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've loved you for
More,
ages.
more.
Do more.
But no one's going to be able to replicate. No one is going to replicate the Nathan vest or the Wahoo treadmill because it's like such an original idea, and you're such a massive part. That sounds weird because it's your advert, obviously, but you're such a massive part of it in the delivery of the project and your personality in it, isn't it?
Well, you also have to look at AI right now, and you're like, how can I outrun this? Because
Yeah.
I mean, there are AI influencers that look very human.
Oh, it's mad, isn't it?
Crazy. Yes. So it's like, how can I stay human? I don't know. It's like really, it's like, how do I not lose my job to a robot?
Well,
I mean,
it'll be
maybe
fine.
I will,
They'll
but
run out of water. They won't be able to do it anymore. It'll all be
yeah,
gone.
that's true
It'll
too.
be fine.
Yeah, that'll happen. Well, they got them running half marathons now as well, robots.
Mate,
1 hour
Did you
half
see
marathon.
that? Oh my
Insane.
God.
They'll be
It's so
taking,
outrageous.
That's stupid.
taking runners' jobs.
Yeah.
I love it.
Racing John
I just
Curry like
love-
down Boylston.
Oh, imagine that.
Mad.
Bloody hell. Look, thank you so much for giving us some time. What we normally do with our guests before we let them shoot out for the rest of their day. Nick, we've got the normal favourite. So Nicky's got a quick fire round where he asks you your favourite, this and that, and then you
Okay.
pick it.
Okay.
And then I've got 2 staple questions that I didn't fill you in because I wasn't sure if you were even going to come on. So there'll be a nice
Okay.
surprise at the end.
Okay. Okay.
Right, so favourites,
Go
just
on.
a quick little list. What's your favourite race?
Oh, like distance wise or specific?
We'll come to distance, that's a separate one. Like a
Okay.
Boston,
Like a
London.
specific.
Yeah, a
Okay,
local 5K, what was your
since-
favourite race?
Since I'm assuming that a big crowd of your listenership is marathoners, I'll go with a marathon, New York City Marathon for sure.
Yeah, a lot of people say that's the best day of the year, don't they, for out there. Like I loved it. Like the crowds were insane. Like I found the course
Yes.
really hard, but yeah, New York's it's a big place, isn't it? And it is a class race, so I would give it that.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Next one, and favorite distance.
I think maybe the half.
I was going to say 9 miles. Then.
I ran the 9 miles.
Yeah.
I ran the 800 in my track days. So
Whoa.
now this road racing bullshit, it's all too long. Even the 5K was long when I was in college. So now I'm like, like
what is this?
I don't race a ton, and mostly because I like to just be cheering and announcing. But yeah, I don't know. I'd love to get a half PR. I think my half PR is around like a 1:27:30, and I'd love to sneak under that at some point. So we'll see.
Shifting. Get in a nice flat one somewhere.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, downhill.
Yeah, downhill would help. Yeah, if it's legal. Favorite shoe?
Okay, the thing that I go to, I have 2 in my rotation. The Asics Super Blast 3, always there, or any of the Super Blast. I actually really like the 1 and 2 probably the most, but Asics Super Blast, it's the perfect shoe for me. And then I do love the Adidas Evo SL. That's a fun one to put on too.
Like everyone loves that.
Yeah.
It's a really good shoe.
It is good.
Those are always in my rotation, and then usually
like
the
2
third and
choices
fourth
for
shoe
London.
are like
Which one would you run London in?
a racer, or
No,
of
to
those.
them
No.
two.
Yeah, Gar's between one of them two to do London in.
I feel like the Evo SL is slightly lighter. I could be
Yeah.
wrong. I don't even know I'm not a big data person.
I'll just try one of each. R6 on the right, Adidas on the
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
I will say I get a little bit if I go over, I would actually go with the Super Blast because the Super Blast never do me wrong. Sometimes with the Evo SL, I get into the mid-teens and the outsides of my feet, probably just the way I strike the ground, start to hurt a little. Whereas the Super Blast are just kind of like a nice little landing pad for me. They've never done me wrong. So
nice.
I saw a lot of Super Blast on the starting line, which I was shocked by because of how high up I was, and I thought everyone would have carbon plated shoes.
Yeah, carbon Supers on.
Yeah.
Favorite athlete?
Gosh, that's really hard. Okay, obviously we're choosing a runner, right? Like,
yeah, it'd be good if you could. Or if you want to,
that'd be good. It's a running podcast.
If you want to sit on a fence and not upset anyone.
It's not really a running podcast. It's just disguised as a running podcast.
I know. That's like, I get that. Okay. I mean, Emma Bates, but she's preggers now, and so I feel like, but I love watching Emma race. I love Sharon Lucchetti. I think watching her run and Helen O'Beary are just, I love watching them race, especially one another. Those are like my two favorite. When I see them entered into a marathon together, I'm like, oh yes, it's on.
It's going to be good.
Yeah. The American women though they're coming along. I mean, it is Jess, it's been really fun to watch her just kind of like work her way up to be one of the top American women. But yeah, I love Dakota. I love Annie. I mean, it's just like a really good crew right now for American women. But
it's similar in Britain at the moment as well. The British girls, the marathon the quality is good and it's deep at the moment as well.
Yeah. Who did you? Oh yeah, you guys just had Callie come in 22 weeks pregnant.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, what's happening?
I know. She ran real well. You know, I was mad. Yeah, fair play to her. Last one,
she's incredible.
Bucket list race.
I think South Africa. I've never been. I'd love to do like the ultra there. They have a 50K, 100K. I'd love to just like get up into the trails. No, like get up like onto that single track that surrounds South Africa. I think so. And I've never done. I mean, if I'm gonna like have a dream race, I kind of want to be on the trails, even though I'm not a fast trail runner. But it's just so much more beautiful. Like I'd rather do Mount Fuji than do the Tokyo Marathon. You know.
Yeah.
I think it's just probably prettier. Like.
Yeah. Well, definitely prettier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, right. We need you to give us a song for your playlist. Our playlist, not yours. You have to give us a song for our playlist. I think I know where the artist is going to be after Boston weekend, but I need you to say it out loud. And a song.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going with Florence and the Machine for sure. She consumes like 85% of my running playlist. Let me just scan real quick because I want to make sure that I give you the right. Oh gosh, there's so many good ones.
I've been setting my playlist up for the weekend, obviously, for the quieter parts, and I think I'm just going to go for a mix of Morgan Wallen and Luke Combs, because I normally used to listen to like rap and old hip hop and stuff, but I don't need to be running that fast. Like I think that's sometimes what ruins races for me as well because of the songs. So I thought if I go country, I'll stick to my plan.
Yeah, that's actually legit. That's a good idea. Because I mean, there's science behind that too, like what the BPM of the song is and what, and what it does to you. So this is for your playlist, or this is for the podcast playlist?
Yeah, we got a podcast. Whatever guest gives us a song, and we add it to a playlist.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with the playlist yet, though. How big? How big? How blue? How beautiful? From Florence and the Machine.
Good. And who would play Laura Green in a movie of her life?
Oh, probably Molly Shannon. Do you guys know Molly Shannon?
No.
Probably.
She's probably 55, but she's an OG SNLer, and
Right. Don't know
you've
her.
probably seen skits that she's done with Will Ferrell. She's
Maybe.
the one that does this, like this schoolgirl, and she goes. So yeah, I would go with Molly Shannon. Someone closer to my age. I don't know. Someone.
Yeah,
That's a good
Molly
one.
Shannon.
We'll take it. I'll do.
Yeah, let's go with Molly. Yeah,
Love
yeah.
it.
We've only just we've Saturday Night Live UK has just literally started in the last couple of weeks, so it's like because we see clips of it and everything on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
But we never watch it. But the clips are always
Yeah.
good.
I
Like
mean,
I was immersed
honestly,
with the Harry Styles one the other day.
even in the US, I would say a majority of people at this point just see all of the skits on social media the next day.
Yeah.
I think that's
Don't
where everyone
compare.
sees everything now.
Oh, everything.
I
yeah.
know.
Football goals, touchdowns, the lot.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
sad,
really.
but
It's like
I'm
nobody's
also
got time,
old.
innit?
I can't
Everything
stay up.
quick.
But you're lucky because a touchdown, scroll up, Lauren Green skit. That's not happening on TV.
Right.
Touché.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for dropping by and recapping Boston with us.
It was a pleasure. Thanks for having me, you guys.
Awesome.
Nick, anything else? Do you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, Laura, thanks very much for that. Love it. It was great to see you on course briefly, but well done on finishing after 9 months training. Love it. That's it for another week for us. Gareth's got London on Sunday. I will be there on the sidelines shouting at you all. Let's go. See you all in London.